Hey guys, welcome to week 12 of my business updates, and I hope you guys are having a wonderful holiday season. Right now, we're in the beginning of December, and things are really picking up in this Q4 holiday season, not only with sales and in business, but overall, just the Christmas vibes are coming to life here, and what a fun time of the year. Now, I hope you guys had a really profitable and successful Black Friday, Cyber Monday weekend. For us, what that looked like this year was $16,000 approximately in revenue and $3,500 in profit, which is a very solid weekend for us. One of the things that I'm really proud of about this number is that we had a 22% profit margin, which is fantastic. One of the reasons why we're able to get our margins so high during Black Friday, Cyber Monday was because of the ability to kind of increase prices as people begin to stock out, people meaning our competitors. And so as the competition drops off because they run out of stock, we can move the buy box up higher, therefore creating more profit per unit. Something that I do in my company, and hopefully some of you guys can take this away as well for your own, is that we actually do, believe it or not, cap how much profit we are willing to make per item. And I know that it sounds kind of weird, like as a business person, we should be maximizing profits. But especially during like Christmas season, I don't want to put profits in front of caring for the person on the other side of the computer screen who is looking to purchase a product for a loved one, maybe a family or a friend, or even their own child. I know that a lot of people in the US right now are struggling to pay for their bills and struggling to put food on the table. And if there's any way that I can help do that, just by creating a price cap for many of my products, I'm happy to do so. And so if that's something that makes sense to you and something that you guys are willing to do, I strongly encourage you to do that as well. Let's not put profits before caring and having compassion for our fellow people here in the US. Now, to give you guys a quick recap of November, November was our strongest sales month this year. Super thankful for the hard work that we've done. This culminated all this year into this Q4 season. So in November, we ended out with $82,268 of sales, and that translated to $12,916 of profit. That's a really good number and something that I'm super proud of. I think one of the reasons why I'm so proud of that number is because I literally went from doing 100% private label in 2024 to now having this $82,000 sales figure in November being only 10% private label and the rest 90% being wholesale. So I literally did a 180 in my business model in just about a year. And now I'm earning way more money, 9x revenue on the wholesale side than on my private label side. And that's a really big accomplishment and something to do in about 18 months. And I guess one of the ways to reward myself for all the hard work done over the past like 9 or 10 months is that the Q4 holiday season is typically one where I take my foot off of the gas pedal in business operations. If you guys have done, e-commerce before for an entire year, you kind of know that the entire year is like one big crescendo leading up to this like epic and euphoric Q4 sales event. And a lot of your preparation and the work you do is in anticipation for Q4. And so for us, we did all of our hard work and all of our prepping back in August, September, and early October. So now that all the hard work is done, all we can do now is just really just sit back and just click the refresh screen and watching the orders kind of roll in. So that means that I've been getting off work every day at like 2 p.m. I've been going for runs. I've been going to the gym more, focusing on my other hobbies, reading more books, and doing things outside of work, which is fantastic because there are some really difficult moments in running a company and being an entrepreneur. There are seasons throughout the year where I'm working 12 to 14-hour days, and those can really, really be rough. But during a season like during the Christmas one, where I can really take a step back and limit the amount of work I do to maybe about 4 hours, I think is a huge blessing. And I'm so thankful to be in that position. Now, just a little while ago, I talked about how I pivoted from private label, 100% private label, to only 10% private label, and now 90% wholesale. What's cool about that kind of 180 pivot into wholesale is that this year, I've literally built the entire foundation for all of our operating procedures and systems so that next year in 2026, I can literally 2x or 3x the sales that I did this year. And I think that's a realistic goal. 3x might be a little bit lofty, even 2x is lofty, but I literally have the systems in place, and I can't say enough like how tangible it feels to me to be able to do a 2x. It's certainly something that is within my grasp if I work hard and lean into the systems that I've already built. So that's my goal in 2026. I'm looking to 2x sales. And that's honestly something that I haven't found myself saying since the earlier days of private label, when the opportunities were way more ripe for the picking. When I first started doing private label back in 2018, 2019, it was very easy to just buy products on Alibaba, repackage it, create a product listing, sell it on Amazon, and kind of rinse and repeat to kind of grow your e-commerce sales year on year by doing a 2x each year. But over time, things have gotten way more difficult, and that dream has sadly kind of come to a close for me. And I never found myself saying that I could really 2x arbitrage. I just never really found my own avenues and ways to be able to grow arbitrage in that capacity at that volume. So me saying that I can 2x wholesale, my wholesale volume in 2026 is a huge deal for me. I haven't been this optimistic or this bullish about a business model in a very long time, since probably 2019. And I can just literally see it happening now. As I said, I've built the systems. We have the personnel in place. I have the warehouse. I have the employees. Everything is kind of running like a well-oiled machine. And for the first time, I'm really seeing a strong pathway forward, assuming everything goes according to plan. Having said that, there is a strong area where things are not going according to plan, and so I need to fix this going into 2026. And what I'm referring to is capital, and the capital that I have on hand. So for me in this company, I have plenty of opportunity, but now my opportunity is limited by the amount of cash that I have on hand to take advantage of these opportunities. And recently, I ran into a huge issue that is limiting my cash flow even more. And that issue has to do with the freaking American Express Plum card. So this is one of my favorite credit cards, and it's a good credit card if you use it appropriately, and I did not do that. So one of the cool things about the American Express Plum card is that instead of a 30-day payment cycle, they give you a 60-day payment cycle instead. And for whatever reason, a few months ago, I called American Express and I wanted to switch my auto payment from one bank account to another bank account. And somewhere along that process, the auto payment feature got disconnected. And so there was a bill that was due, but the auto payment feature was turned off. And so therefore, there was a late payment. And for American Express, the Plum card, if you make a late payment, then all of your payments for all 60 days are now due immediately. And so I literally had $60,000 worth of credit card payments that were due the minute that the payment was late for one of those billing cycles a few months back. And not only that, but if you have multiple American Express cards like I do, then all of those credit card payments are due immediately. And not just that, but if you have multiple American Express accounts, because I have 2 different Amazon accounts and 2 different businesses, then all the business credit cards on both accounts are now due immediately. So I found myself with $80,000 of credit card payments just because of one stupid auto pay mishap. And obviously, I don't have $80,000 right now. I will have $80,000 in 60 days when the payments are supposed to be due because of the way that Amazon sends out payments. And that caused a huge problem and a huge crimp in my cash flow. And what makes things worse is that I was really relying on this credit card to help me grow sales and help me grow my purchase orders over the next year. Because the cool thing about the Plum card is that they don't really have a credit limit. It's sort of flexible based on how much you're spending and your ability to pay it off, which I've been doing successfully for the past year or so. But now I don't have the ability to do that because now all my payments are due now, and I now have to use this sort of American Express payment plan to pay down the whatever remaining balance I have over the next few months. And so I'm out all my American Express credit cards right now, and I need to figure out a pathway forward. I've been exploring a couple of different things. The financial product that I'm most interested in using is just a simple line of credit, but I've been having a lot of trouble finding a product that fits what I'm looking for. A lot of the banks that offer business lines of credit, they have a lot of like stipulations and a lot of like hidden fees that come along with it. So for example, one of the stipulations is that they have claims to your assets. Sometimes they require you to put up collateral in order to open up that line of credit. And if you don't have collateral, like a mortgage, for example, then maybe they'll have a claim on your assets, like your inventory. Some of the hidden fees that they have are they have a fixed APR on the amount that you draw from the line of credit. But in addition to that, they also have an extra variable right on top of that, which could fluctuate depending on the market. They require you to use a certain percentage of your entire credit limit. Otherwise, there is a fee associated with that. And on top of that, there's also an annual fee just to keep the line of credit open. And so I haven't been too thrilled with the offers that I've seen so far. And if I can't find the appropriate solution to my financial needs, maybe I'll just go the route of just opening up more 0% APR credit cards and try to like churn them around. I know that that's, not really the way I want to do things because it's a bit more hacky. There's a bit more tracking of all these credit card spends that I need to do. And it just makes things a bit more difficult as you kind of segment your finances across all these different banks and all these different credit cards. But, I will do whatever it takes to take advantage of all the opportunities that I have in front of me and to make that 2x goal in 2026 happen. Outside of financial woes, I had quite a few successes this past week in opening up new dealer accounts. Some of them were from the companies that I met on the floor at SEMA in Las Vegas back in November. It's really cool whenever a lot of the brands you meet at these trade shows, that kind of comes into fruition and you get to be able to open an account and then place your first opening orders. So I'm in that process with a couple different companies right now. And then outside of that, I'm just gonna chill until the end of the year as I keep on refreshing my order page and watching the sales roll in. That's pretty much everything that I've been up to for the past few weeks. And this is definitely one of the holiday seasons that I've really kind of taken a step back and just enjoyed the fruits of my labor throughout the year. And I'm really proud of, all the tough and difficult work that I put in throughout the year, being able to lead me to this place where I can be in a position to do a lot less work. And so with that being said, I hope you guys have a wonderful holiday season with your family and with your friends. I hope that your guys' sales are doing well, that in addition to, yes, profits are great, that you can also spend time unplugging from the computer and touching grass metaphorically and just really being engaged, being in the moment with your loved ones. So thank you guys for watching this video, and I will see you guys in the next one.